Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your detailed astrology forecast for May 2nd, 2025. This is going to be quite an interesting day for you, so let's dive deep into what the cosmos has in store. As we enter May 2nd, we find Mercury, your ruling planet, moving through Taurus, creating a solid foundation for communication and thought processes. This grounded energy aligns beautifully with your natural analytical abilities, Virgo. The day opens with the moon in Libra, creating an interesting dynamic where your practical nature meets a desire for harmony and balance. The most significant planetary aspect affecting you today is a trine between Venus and Saturn. This creates a wonderful opportunity for establishing lasting value in your relationships and financial matters. For you, Virgo, this translates to a day where your efforts toward stability are cosmically supported. In your career sector, May 2nd shows promising developments. Jupiter is positioned in your 10th house of career and public reputation, suggesting that a project you've been meticulously working on might finally receive the recognition it deserves. Your attention to detail, which is your natural strength, will be particularly appreciated by supervisors or clients today. If you've been considering asking for additional responsibilities or even a promotion, the stars indicate this is an auspicious time to make your case. Your organizational skills are highlighted, making it an excellent day for planning future professional endeavors. Regarding your finances, the Venus-Saturn trine I mentioned earlier creates a favorable atmosphere for long-term financial planning. You might receive advice or information that helps you make a sound investment decision. It's an excellent day to review your budget or consider a careful, calculated financial move. Avoid impulsive purchases, though with Neptune forming a subtle square to your financial sector. There could be some confusion or illusions around monetary matters if you rush into decisions. In the realm of relationships, today brings a calming energy to your personal connections. If you're in a partnership, you'll find comfort in routine and shared values. The Libra moon encourages you to seek balance in give and take, something that occasionally challenges your perfectionist nature. For single Virgos, someone from your past might resurface unexpectedly, giving you the opportunity to gain closure or perhaps rekindle something with greater maturity. The stars suggest that relationships formed or strengthened today have strong foundations for longevity. Your health and wellness sector receives beneficial aspects today, with Mars in a supportive position to your 6th house. This gives you additional energy and drive to maintain or improve your physical routines. It's an excellent day for implementing a new health regimen or refining your current one. Your digestive system, which is often a sensitive area for Virgos, benefits from extra attention today. Consider foods that are both nutritious and gentle on your system. Mental health also receives positive aspects, with the potential for finding effective methods to manage any anxiety or overthinking patterns. On a social level, you might feel a bit more reserved than usual today. This is due to Saturn's influence encouraging depth over breadth in your interactions. Rather than spreading yourself thin among many social connections, you'll benefit from meaningful exchanges with just a few close confidants. A conversation with someone wise or experienced could provide insights that help you navigate a personal challenge you've been facing. Your home environment is highlighted today as well, with aspects suggesting it's an excellent time for organizing and creating more harmony in your living space. The perfectionist in you will be satisfied by addressing those small details you've been meaning to fix. Creating an ordered environment will have a particularly positive effect on your mental well-being today. Creatively, Mercury's position enhances your ability to express ideas with clarity and precision. If you work in communications, writing, or any field requiring attention to detail, you'll find yourself especially productive. Even if creativity isn't your professional focus, it's a good day to journal your thoughts or engage in crafts that require precision. Looking at potential challenges, be mindful of a tendency to overthink or become too critical today, especially regarding interpersonal matters. The Libra moon might make you more sensitive to perceived imbalances in relationships, but not everything requires immediate correction. Sometimes acceptance is the wiser path. Your lucky color for May 2nd is navy blue, which can help ground your energy while opening up your intuitive capabilities. Carrying or wearing a piece of jasper stone could enhance your practical decision-making abilities today. Lucky numbers include 4, 17, and 23. Keep an eye out for these in your daily experiences. As the day progresses, the evening hours bring a shift as the moon moves towards Scorpio, deepening your emotional perceptiveness. This is an excellent time for meaningful conversations or diving into subjects that require concentration and depth of understanding. For those Virgos working on personal development, today's planetary alignment support practices that combine mental discipline with spiritual awareness. Meditation techniques that involve systematic thought processes would be particularly beneficial. You might experience insights about recurring patterns in your life and develop practical strategies to address them. Overall, May 2nd, 2025, offers you a day of productive energy, meaningful connections, and opportunities for practical progress in multiple areas of your life. Your natural gifts of analysis and discernment are cosmically amplified, allowing you to make headway on matters that require careful attention and precision. Remember, dear Virgo, while your analytical mind is one of your greatest strengths, allow yourself moments of simply being present without the need to improve or perfect. Today's energy supports both productivity and peace. Finding the balance between these will be your key to making the most of this promising day. Trust your innate wisdom as you navigate the opportunities and challenges of May 2nd, 2025. The stars are aligned to support your growth, stability, and well-being. Embrace what comes with your characteristic grace and intelligence. On May 2, 2025, Virgo, your celestial landscape reveals fascinating planetary alignments that significantly influence your daily experience. The Sun continues its journey through Taurus at 12 degrees, occupying your ninth house of higher learning and expansion. This creates a powerful Earth trine with your natal Virgo energy, facilitating a natural flow of practical wisdom and grounded insights. The Sun forms a productive sextile to Neptune in Aries, enhancing your intuitive capabilities while maintaining your characteristic discernment. Mercury, your ruling planet, positions itself at 8 degrees Gemini in your 10th house of career and public reputation. This placement is particularly significant as Mercury is comfortable in Gemini, one of its domicile signs, granting you exceptional mental clarity and communication prowess in professional settings. Notice how Mercury forms a challenging square to Jupiter at 15 degrees Virgo in your first house. This aspect amplifies your analytical tendencies, but cautions against overthinking or being excessively critical of yourself. Venus glows at 24 degrees Gemini, also in your career sector, forming a harmonious trine to Saturn retrograde at 22 degrees Aquarius in your 6th house of daily work and health routines. This configuration supports structured approaches to both aesthetic matters and professional relationships, potentially bringing recognition from authority figures or stabilizing an important work project. Mars energizes your 11th house at 19 degrees Cancer, activating your social networks and collective endeavors. Its opposition to Pluto retrograde at 17 degrees Capricorn in your 5th house suggests potential power dynamics arising in creative collaborations or romantic scenarios. The Moon, traveling through Scorpio at 3 degrees in your 3rd house of communication, forms an emotionally intense but revealing square to the Taurus Sun. This lunar position deepens your perceptiveness and investigative abilities, though it might temporarily intensify your analytical tendencies to the point of mental preoccupation. Jupiter, continuing its journey through your sign at 15 degrees Virgo, amplifies your personal presence and expands opportunities for self-improvement and growth. This is a significant transit that only occurs approximately every 12 years, highlighting this as a period of personal expansion and increased confidence. Saturn retrograde in Aquarius in your 6th house prompts reassessment of work structures and health routines, potentially revealing where discipline has been either excessive or insufficient. Uranus at 28 degrees Taurus in your ninth house continues its revolutionary influence on your worldview and educational pursuits, possibly triggering sudden insights or unexpected opportunities for learning. Neptune at 10 degrees Aries in your eighth house of shared resources and transformation dissolves boundaries around intimacy issues and financial entanglements, requiring heightened discernment in these areas. Pluto retrograde in Capricorn in your fifth house of creativity and romantic expression continues its slow transformative process regarding how you express your authentic self and creative powers. The North Node at 6 degrees Pisces in your seventh house of partnerships suggests that your evolutionary path involves developing more compassionate, boundary-transcending relationships, moving away from the South Node in your first house that might incline you toward excessive self-criticism or perfectionism. Particularly notable today is a forming trine between your ruler Mercury and the North Node, facilitating communication breakthroughs in close relationships that align with your higher purpose. Chiron at 18 degrees Aries forms a quincunx to Mars, suggesting that healing opportunities arise through adjusting how you assert yourself in group settings, potentially addressing old wounds around belonging. For Virgo specifically, these planetary positions emphasize intellectual activities, professional communications, and refinement of your self-expression. Mercury's prominent placement in your career sector makes this an excellent day for presentations, important meetings, or strategizing your professional trajectory. The Jupiter transit through your sign continues to expand your horizons, though today's square from Mercury might create tension between your desire for perfection and the need to communicate quickly and effectively. The Venus-Saturn trine supports structured approaches to creative or professional projects, potentially bringing recognition for your meticulous attention to detail. Today's planetary weather encourages you to leverage your analytical strengths while remaining flexible enough to incorporate new information and perspectives, particularly in professional contexts. The Earth sign dominance supports your natural methodical approach, while Mercury in air sign Gemini adds necessary adaptability to your thinking processes. As a Virgo on May 2, 2025, your communication planet Mercury forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter, expanding your intellectual horizons and giving your words greater impact. This celestial configuration brings a rare clarity to your expression, allowing you to articulate complex ideas with remarkable precision. Your natural analytical abilities are heightened today, making this an excellent time for presenting detailed information, writing important documents, or explaining complicated concepts to others. People will find themselves drawn to your clear, methodical explanations and appreciation for nuance. While your ruling planet Mercury empowers your communication, be mindful that Neptune's subtle square aspect could occasionally cloud clarity. Double-check important details and avoid making assumptions in professional correspondence. The morning hours between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. offer your peak mental acuity, ideal for crucial conversations or presentations that require your full intellectual focus. With Venus moving through your ninth house of higher learning, your communication style carries added diplomacy and charm today. You'll find yourself naturally softening your delivery of critiques, balancing your trademark precision with genuine warmth that makes others more receptive to your insights. This Venus influence also enhances your ability to communicate across cultural or ideological differences, making you an effective bridge builder. For Virgos working in educational roles, writing, or analytical fields, today's Mercury-Jupiter trine provides exceptional support for teaching others or sharing specialized knowledge. Your capacity to organize information logically and present it methodically will be especially appreciated by colleagues and superiors. In personal relationships, the moon in your seventh house of partnerships heightens emotional intelligence and receptivity. You'll find yourself listening more attentively than usual, picking up on subtle cues and unspoken feelings. This creates opportunities for deeper connection through heart-to-heart conversations, particularly with romantic partners or close friends. Be aware that your natural tendency toward perfectionism may be intensified today. You might find yourself overthinking text messages or emails, revising social media posts multiple times, or mentally rehearsing conversations before they happen. While thoroughness is your strength, notice when precision crosses into procrastination. Digital communication flows especially well today, with technological glitches less likely to interrupt your workflow. If you've been considering starting a blog, podcast, or newsletter, the cosmic climate supports these initiatives, particularly those showcasing your analytical expertise or instructional abilities. For Virgos in creative fields, your expression benefits from an unusual blend of precision and imagination. Technical writing, editing, detailed art forms, and methodical creative processes are especially favored. Your ability to refine and perfect work shines through today. Group discussions and team meetings prove particularly productive, as you'll excel at synthesizing different viewpoints into coherent action plans. Your organizational communication skills help bring structure to brainstorming sessions that might otherwise lack direction. Pay special attention to nonverbal communication today. Your body language and tone convey as much as your carefully chosen words. The Moon-Venus configuration enhances your natural grace, making this an excellent day for video presentations, interviews, or any communication requiring personal presence. For single Virgos, your articulate nature attracts intellectually stimulating conversations with potential romantic interests, particularly in settings related to education, publishing, or travel. Your ability to listen attentively while offering thoughtful responses creates magnetic appeal. If you've been experiencing communication blocks in a particular relationship, today offers a window for resolution. The Jupiter influence expands understanding, while Mercury's precision helps you name exactly what needs addressing without unnecessary criticism. Your intuition about when and how to approach sensitive topics is heightened. Make time for journaling or personal writing today, as your inner dialogue is especially productive. Capturing your thoughts on paper helps clarify complex emotions and brings organization to future plans. Consider dedicating 30 minutes to this practice, preferably in the evening hours. Professional communications benefit from your enhanced attention to detail without becoming overly pedantic. You'll naturally find the balance between thoroughness and efficiency, making this an ideal day for contract reviews, proposal submissions, or important negotiations where precision matters. Watch for a tendency to overthink subtle social cues or read too deeply into casual comments. While your perceptiveness is heightened, not everything carries hidden meaning. Practice taking some communications at face value to avoid unnecessary mental gymnastics. The evening brings a shift as the moon forms a square with Saturn, potentially creating communication barriers if fatigue sets in. Schedule important conversations earlier in the day when your mental clarity is at its peak and emotional resilience strongest. May 2nd brings a fascinating financial landscape for Virgo, with Mercury forming a productive trine to Saturn in your resource sectors. This planetary alignment sharpens your analytical abilities when it comes to money management and investment opportunities. Your natural attention to detail is heightened today, allowing you to spot inefficiencies in your budget that others would miss. The moon in Capricorn is activating your 5th house of speculation, suggesting that calculated risks taken today could yield favorable returns down the line. However, this isn't about impulsive moves, it's about measured steps backed by thorough research. Venus in your 8th house of shared resources indicates potential financial benefits through partnerships, whether business or personal. Someone close to you may offer valuable financial insight or opportunity today, particularly related to property, investments, or passive income streams. Look for conversations that naturally turn toward money matters around midday, as they may contain hidden gems of information. Jupiter's position suggests expansion in your career sector, which directly influences your earning potential. A project you've been meticulously developing might finally show promise of financial reward. The cosmic climate supports formalizing financial agreements today. Contracts signed now tend to be favorable for your long-term security. Consider revisiting your investment portfolio with fresh eyes. What seemed risky last month might now appear as a sensible allocation of resources. Your systematic approach to finances is your greatest asset today. Unexpected expenses related to communications or transportation might arise, so maintain that emergency fund you've wisely established. For Virgos involved in financial services, teaching, or analytical fields, client relationships formed today could become particularly lucrative over time. There's also a subtle indication that knowledge gained today, perhaps through research, a conversation with a mentor, or even financial literature you encounter, will prove invaluable in about 3 months' time when Uranus activates your house of higher learning. The evening hours favor reviewing your financial goals and making small adjustments to your long-term plans. Even minor tweaks to your spending and saving habits initiated today can compound significantly over time. Trust your instincts about timing. Your intuition about market fluctuations is especially sharp now, allowing you to anticipate changes before they become obvious to others. May 2nd, 2025 reveals particularly auspicious energies for Virgo natives, with several celestial bodies aligning to create pockets of good fortune in specific life areas. The Sun in Taurus forms a harmonious trine to your Earth sign, creating a foundation of stability that you can leverage throughout the day. This Earth trine activates your 9th house of higher learning, travel, and expansion, making it an exceptionally fortunate time for educational pursuits, publishing endeavors, and any activities that broaden your intellectual horizons. Jupiter's position in Gemini illuminates your 10th house of career and public recognition, suggesting that professional opportunities may present themselves unexpectedly. Your ruling planet Mercury forms a favorable sextile with Venus, enhancing your communication abilities and making this an excellent day for important presentations, interviews, or networking events. The most fortunate area today centers around knowledge acquisition and sharing, whether through formal education, teaching others, or engaging with foreign cultures and philosophies. You may receive recognition for your expertise, or be offered an opportunity to expand your influence in academic or publishing realms. Financial matters also receive beneficial aspects, particularly regarding long-term investments and resources shared with others. The Moon's position in your 8th house of shared resources creates a fortunate window for loan approvals, inheritance matters, or discussions about joint finances. Workplace dynamics show tremendous potential today, with superiors or authority figures more receptive to your ideas and contributions. This is an ideal day to showcase your analytical abilities and attention to detail, traits that will be especially valued and rewarded. Your natural Virgoan methodical approach aligns perfectly with today's energy, allowing you to solve complex problems that have stymied others. Health and wellness routines initiated today have strong staying power, making this an auspicious time to commit to beneficial habits that align with your well-being goals. The Taurus Sun brings earthy, practical energy that supports sustainable changes rather than quick fixes. Domestic matters also receive fortunate aspects, particularly regarding home improvements, family healing, or resolving long-standing household issues. Any decorative or organizational changes made to your living space today will bring lasting satisfaction and harmony. Virgos in creative fields will find today especially fruitful for projects requiring precision and technical skill. Your ability to blend practicality with aesthetics receives cosmic enhancement, potentially leading to recognition or financial rewards for your efforts. To maximize these fortunate areas, focus on practical application of knowledge rather than theoretical concepts. Be willing to step into leadership roles even if they feel slightly uncomfortable, and trust your natural discernment when opportunities arise. The universe supports your growth today particularly when you move beyond your comfort zone while still honoring your need for thoroughness and precision. On May 2, 2025, Virgo's social landscape is being profoundly influenced by a notable Mercury-Venus conjunction in Gemini, creating an intellectually stimulating atmosphere for your social interactions. This alignment in an air sign activates your ninth house of expansion and higher learning, drawing you toward people who challenge your thinking and expose you to new perspectives. You'll find yourself particularly drawn to conversations that stretch your mind and connect you with individuals from diverse backgrounds. Mercury, your ruling planet, is exceptionally strong today, having recently completed its retrograde period and now moving forward with renewed clarity. This positions you to express yourself with precision and insight in social settings, making it an excellent day for networking events, intellectual discussions, or any gathering where ideas are exchanged. People will be drawn to your analytical abilities and the thoughtful way you articulate complex concepts. The moon in Libra today forms a harmonious trine to Saturn in your seventh house of partnerships, bringing stability and longevity to your social connections. This influence helps you build more structured and committed relationships, whether personal or professional. You may find yourself naturally gravitating toward more mature individuals who offer wisdom and practical support. Venus's position in Gemini infuses your social interactions with a playful, curious energy. This placement encourages you to approach relationships with more flexibility and openness to varied experiences. For typically methodical Virgos, this influence allows you to step outside your comfort zone and engage with people you might normally consider too different from yourself. The result could be unexpectedly delightful connections that broaden your perspective. Mars in Pisces is activating your relationship sector, bringing energy and initiative to your one-on-one encounters. While this placement can sometimes create confusion due to Pisces' diffuse energy, today it's forming a supportive sextile to your sun sign, enabling you to be assertive in pursuing social connections without coming across as aggressive. This is an excellent time to reach out to someone you've been meaning to connect with but haven't found the right moment. Jupiter in Gemini expands your social horizons significantly, particularly in professional spheres. This placement in your 10th house of career and public reputation amplifies your visibility and attracts beneficial connections with people who can support your professional aspirations. A networking opportunity that arises today could have far-reaching positive consequences, so remain open to invitations that come your way, especially those related to your career field. Saturn's position in Aries may be creating some tension in your 8th house of shared resources and intimate bonds. This suggests you might be feeling somewhat reserved about fully merging your energy with others. Today, you might need to address issues of trust and vulnerability in close relationships. The lesson here is about finding balance between maintaining healthy boundaries and allowing genuine intimacy to develop. Uranus in Gemini forms an interesting aspect to your sun today, bringing unexpected social encounters that challenge your usual patterns. You might find yourself suddenly connected with someone unusual or eccentric who stimulates your thinking in surprising ways. This influence encourages you to embrace spontaneity in your social life, something that doesn't always come naturally to your methodical sign. Neptune in Aries is making a subtle but significant square to your sun, which can create some confusion in social situations. You may find it difficult to discern others' true intentions or motivations today. This aspect calls for engaging your natural Virgo discernment without becoming overly suspicious or critical. Trust your intuition, but verify important information before making significant social commitments. Pluto, now in the early degrees of Aquarius, is transforming your 6th house of daily work and health routines. This placement suggests that colleagues and work connections take on greater significance today. A power dynamic within a professional relationship might undergo a subtle shift, potentially opening doors to more authentic collaboration. Pay attention to subtle cues in workplace interactions, as they may reveal important information about alliance opportunities. The asteroid Chiron in Aries is activating healing energy around social wounds, particularly related to self-assertion and identity within groups. If you've previously felt overlooked or undervalued in social settings, today offers an opportunity to address these patterns and express yourself more authentically. A conversation with a trusted friend might help you process past social disappointments and move forward with greater confidence. For Virgos who are partnered, today's astrology supports deepening your connection through intellectual exchange and shared learning experiences. Consider engaging in an activity that stimulates both your minds, perhaps attending a lecture, taking a class together, or having a philosophical discussion over dinner. The mental rapport you establish now strengthens your emotional bond as well. For single Virgos, the day's energy favors meeting potential partners through educational pursuits, spiritual communities, or travel-related activities. Your natural intelligence and analytical abilities are particularly attractive now, so don't hesitate to engage in stimulating conversations that showcase your thoughtful nature. Someone who appreciates your mind may very well capture your heart. Group dynamics are illuminated by the sun in Taurus, lighting up your ninth house of higher learning and expansion. Community activities, especially those related to education, spirituality, or cultural exchange, provide fertile ground for meaningful connection today. You might consider joining a book club, spiritual circle, or cultural organization where you can meet like-minded individuals who share your values and interests. Digital communications receive a boost from Mercury's strong position. Online connections, whether through social media, professional networking sites, or specialized forums, can be particularly fruitful today. Your written expression is especially clear and compelling, making this an excellent time for reaching out via email, messaging, or posting thoughtful content that reflects your expertise and perspective. Family relationships benefit from Venus's harmonious energy today. If there have been tensions within your family circle, this is an auspicious time for healing conversations. Your ability to listen with both heart and mind helps bridge gaps of understanding. Consider organizing a family gathering or reaching out to relatives you haven't connected with recently. The bonds you strengthen now will provide ongoing support. Friendships require some attention under the current planetary alignment. The Mars-Neptune conjunction suggests that boundaries may be unclear in some of your platonic relationships. If a friend's behavior has been confusing or disappointing, today provides an opportunity for clarifying conversations. Approach these discussions with compassion, but also with clarity about your needs and expectations. Workplace relationships receive beneficial aspects from Jupiter in your 10th house of career. Colleagues and superiors are likely to be receptive to your ideas and impressed by your thoroughness. This is an excellent day for collaborative projects or for presenting your work to others. Your natural attention to detail, combined with Jupiter's expansive energy, helps you communicate your concepts effectively while remaining practical about implementation. Social anxiety, something many Virgos experience due to your perfectionist tendencies, receives healing energy today from the Moon-Neptune sextile. This aspect helps you release concerns about being judged and allows you to be more present and authentic in social interactions. Remind yourself that meaningful connections are based on genuine exchange, not flawless performance or impression management. For Virgo on May 2, 2025, today's celestial influences suggest a period of careful evaluation and strategic planning. With Mercury forming a supportive trine to Saturn, your analytical abilities are particularly sharp. This is not a day for impulsive decisions, but rather for methodical